Tarot is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Full disclaimer in the description box. Timestamps included for your convenience. See you in the video. Good morning, my beautiful stars. I just wanted to show you the canoeists coming past the train here in the morning, and also to show you the lovely glum day that we have here. It's been raining the whole night. It's not too cold this morning, but then, as I always say, just remember there's always a little silver lining in every dark cloud. And there we see a beautiful little silver lining in the dark clouds, breaking through to give us a little bit of hope. And look how beautiful that little fluffy cloud is sitting over there, and then all the little lights flickering in the background. And I will see you in the video. I'll speak to you now. Well, good morning, my lovely stars. We're back at the tarot table on the 3rd of June at 7 a.m. in the morning. So, you guys, I've got a surprise for everybody here. I received a beautiful parcel yesterday. And, again, I was saying she's not a sponsor of the channel, but my dear friend, Darlene from Heavens Above, sent me a little parcel. I've partially opened it. I haven't opened all of it, but you can see this beautiful, I'm just going to zoom in here, this beautiful reading mat that she sent me. How apt is this? Stars and moons, and the stars so tie in with the southern star. Darlene, thank you very much. And in this little thing, she sent a whole little thing here of what she does, and that's her phone number there. I will take a photo of this and I will pop it on screen for you guys as well, and then you can see everything that she does here. She, as I said before, she's in Blenheim in New Zealand on the South Island. Beautiful part of the world. Darlene, I still need to come and visit. South Island is our next bucket list. And you can just see everything that she does. And Darlene, I'm not going to give your age away, but to have your energy at your age and the love and the light that you send out, oh my darling, you are just gorgeous. And then she sent this little card as well. I'm not going to read the little card. There's a part of it that I will read, but she sent a little card, and now let us unveil and see what's in this little box here. She's very, very naughty. Thanks, Darlene. Oh, a little hug for a start. We can just put this rustling aside. A little hug. A little hug. Here's a little hug for you to make you smile when you feel blue, to make you happy when you feel sad. The littlest hug you've ever had, but when it's time to hug once more, there are lots more for you in store. Love you lots. And it's this my beautiful little hug. Darlene, it is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you very, very, very much. And this is how my little parcel arrived. Now, let's have a look what's in this beautiful little box. And look here, she even put little stars. You can see them, little stars on top of it. This one is just falling off. There we go, little stars on top of it. And isn't that beautiful? So personal. Let's have a look here. Oh my word, look at these beautiful crystals in here. Oh, just look at this. Just look at this. They are just too gorgeous. Wow, just look at that. Here's another one. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, now, as I said, I did read the card partially, but I will now reveal what these beautiful gemstones are. Just look at this. She has put in for me suonite, amethyst, moonstone, and quartz. This is just beautiful. And this is the moonstone. I think, yeah, this is moonstone. And this is the amethyst aura, and it all works so well with my other amethyst here. The energy of these things are just unbelievable. I can just feel the love and the energy in here. Oh, and then I presume that this is the amethyst aura, and this is the Shunigite. But it's just beautiful. Just look at the colors in there, guys. Wow. It is just absolutely gorgeous. So guys, please, if you're in New Zealand, pop over to her little website and everything. Drop her an email, and you can order the stuff in there as well. And you can maybe get some spiritual guidance, Reiki, crystal energy healing. Oh, and that is one thing I just absolutely love, because I just love native Indian aura drumming. Oh, it's beautiful. Then there's a Himalayan bowl aura boost, consultation and meditation regression, home blessings, business blessings, guided meditation, spiritual development workshops. Oh, Darlene, I'm going to be chatting with you very, very soon. I've got something that I want to discuss. Oh, and I see her. She is a registered celebrant. Weddings, funerals, rituals, and personalized ceremonies. Darlene, you are just a piece of absolute gorgeous soul. Oh, and these are going to stay on the table right here with me. And there we go. I got my lovely stars. This is just unbelievably beautiful. Thank you, Darlene. You are just unbelievable. It is so beautiful. Just look at this quartz here. And look how beautifully it's almost like they're twins. The one that I've got. It's almost like they're twins. It almost looks like they... Look there. Darlene, you are so good. I mean, it almost looks like they've been come from the same stone. Wow, how special. Thank you, Darlene. Heavens above, and I'll put the details also in the description box as well. Now, give me 2 seconds to get the stuff off the table, and then we will get to today's reading. Okay, my lovelies, I am back with you, and we've got the dark fantasy on the table here. We've got the dark fantasy on the table. I hope it will be visible enough, and I won't have too much glare from my lighting and stuff, because it is quite dark outside because of the cloud cover, as you've seen in the opening. But now let's get to the dark fantasy deck over here. And today's question to it is, and let's put my little hug here. And today's question is, we all saw there was a recent report. Oh, what's going on here? Something. Guys, I have asked the cards already before, and I've already sort of told them what I'm going to ask them. And with the Queen of Wands in reverse, and you saw it was, as I was shuffling, for some reason it was upside down. Okay, let's leave this here. Let's leave this here. Let's leave this Queen of Wands here. The question that I wanted to ask was, we all saw the recent backlash and everything with Harry, with Khatib and Mariah, talking about the African child, Archie, the African child. There's already been speculation for a while that Archie came from South Africa or something or the other. I have done readings, and my readings have told us that Archie is Harry's. And I do know that surrogacy in South Africa is actually not that complicated. IVF is not that complicated. It does cost money. Excuse me. It does cost money, but it's not that complicated. I have a number of friends that have used surrogates. I've had a number of friends that used IVF, etc., etc. So yeah, it's not difficult at all. And you can basically be from wherever in the world, and you can have a surrogacy there. I know two friends of mine, they were originally based in the UK, and they also wanted a child, and they also went through the surrogacy route. But unfortunately for them, 2 attempts and it didn't work, so they actually decided now not to have children. And that was just the universe telling them, no, you're not supposed to be parents. And I told them from the word go, in a very subtle way, that I don't think it is a good idea. But they didn't listen, but in any case, cost them a lot of money with no result. Yet other friends of mine have had it. So very interesting. Okay. The African child. Did Harry give something away? Did he have a slip of tongue? Did he drop a hint? Is he trying to find a way to actually come clean in this whole scenario? What is the story there? What is the story? I just love these little details here. Let's have a look. But there's Madam. We all saw Madam falling out. We all saw her falling out. The Queen of Wands in reverse. I'll leave her there, because cards were listening. 8 of Swords in reverse. I'm going to push these in a little bit so we can actually see these cards. And I do see I've got a little bit of reflection. I'll just move that over across. The World. The World. 7 of Swords. The battles, all the buried bodies, the lies. The Chariot, moving forward. He's trying to move forward with something. Forward movement. And I did not even think of it. I did not. Sorry, I just want to move this across a bit. And let me just adjust that light. I'm just going to adjust that light. Still got some reflection there. I'll just show you these over a bit. It just happens because my overhead lighting are on, and but this light keeps wanting to shine on this card here. But sorry, as I was saying, I actually forgot that in this deck of cards, the Chariot has got 2 lions. Because I've only used it once or twice before on camera and just breaking it in. The cards are listening to us because lions are from Africa. And look at the female figure. Look at the female figure in there. So I'm going very much on the iconography on these cards at the moment. But this 9 of Swords in reverse, if you look at it upright, look at the eyes bound, but it's almost like it reminds me of the Matrix almost. That it's almost something that is coming out the eyes. The eyes of the soul are the windows to your soul. And this is almost like you're looking into the soul there. But here in reverse, if you look there, that is like a city in the background. It's a city on the hill. The rising above. But here, it is almost like, it looks like it is draining and releasing of mental anguish. Mental anguish. It's the releasing of mental anguish. And in this world card here, this world card, they were on the world stage. And the world card is also a pregnancy card. In vitro, in utero, inside the body. Mother Earth, motherhood, if you understand what I'm saying. So the cards have definitely listened to what we are saying here. It's about a pregnancy. Then here, the lies, the Seven of Swords, the lies, the deception, burying of the bodies. I'm not saying dead bodies or anything, don't get me wrong here. I'm saying it is where the lies are buried, where everything is hidden. And you are always on the ready for attacks. But when you walk in there, you just see all the debris that was left behind. There's nothing to defend. That's what's coming to you. There's nothing to defend. Because with the swords, you will go into an underground setting with swords blazing to try and defend and attack anything that might be underneath there. But then when you get in there, there is nothing to defend. With the Seven of Swords here. This Chariot here. The lines, it's Africa, and again, a female figure. The female figure. I'm not reading this as William whatsoever. It is the moving forward, the strength of a lion. And look how the Africa is sort of in the foreground, and at the back you've got the palace and the castle, sort of like almost out of sight, out of mind. Kept in the dark. The Nine of Cups here, in reverse, upright. Look how gluttonous it is. I'm the gluttonous king. I am in control. I've got everything, you know. The seven sins, you know. Greed, gluttony, whatever, you know. Look at me. I'm the one. I'm the big bad one, you know. But here, it's almost like he's fallen on his back. This is Nine of Cups. It's almost like the iconography here is telling me it's almost like I can't do this anymore. I need to release something. Because no matter how much I drink, no matter how much I self-medicate, I still lie on my back. And I just cannot let go. Wow, these cards are actually very, very strong. Knight of Wands. The fiery action. And how many times has the Knight of Wands come up in other decks when I speak about Khatib? Taking charge. Let me keep pulling. Three of Wands. Ah, wow. These cards, they spoke to me, they wanted to be pulled. And I'll explain to you guys now the Three of Wands. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Let me get through these here. The Knight of Wands here. The fiery action. Wands, what I sometimes say as well is wands are sort of like a phallic symbol almost. The fire, the passion, the grunge, you know, that type of thing. The actual act, okay, the actual act of things, the lighting a fire, the birthing of life, because out of the ashes rises a phoenix. But also, the Wands energy is a very much a Harry sort of energy as well, because he's fiery with the red hair, and he can be, you know, he always just wants to charge into things. If you're from South Africa, and I've got a number of South African viewers, especially from Cape Town, do yourself a favor, I'll pop some images on the screen here. Sorry, this reading might take a little bit longer today because of everything else. And me explaining these cards to you. The Three of Wands here, and then also the Two of Pentacles here. My viewers from Cape Town, or South Africa that has ever been to Cape Town, leave a comment if you agree with me. Does this walkway, this pathway down to the beach, does that not remind you of the Fynbos? It is native plants in South Africa that is very that grows on the dunes and types of it's like grassy type plants and stuff. Does that not remind you of walking down, especially sort of in the Kommetjie, the Strand, Hermanus, and then even going up a little bit more on the West Coast side? Does that not remind you of walking onto the beach somewhere in Cape Town? And this is telling me that we are standing on the shores of Africa, looking across the water. We've come from across the water, looking to pick up something for the future. Then this Two of Pentacles here also reminds me so much of the Cape weather, especially in the winters when it is stormy, wet, raining, and you get those lashing waves and stuff that breaks over everything, over the rocks, and it just splashes out. And the Two of Pentacles is like weighing of the options. We had two options here, and it's almost like the one option went up in the air, it fell apart, and here we are now using the second one. And the second one is coming from Africa, from Cape Town. And that ties in with the whole Desmond Tutu scenario. I am not saying that they adopted that child from there. I think they made use of him to find the right surrogate. Because I've always wondered and always asked me, why would that be their first stop? Really, with Archie. Let's continue pulling cards here. Queen of Swords in reverse. I'll get to that now. Death in reverse. Hang with me. I'm going to pull the last one. Ace of Wands. A big yes. A big yes. It was conjured up. Let me move this in. It was conjured up. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Upright, I always say it's my divorce card. It is in control. It is words. It is contracts. It's all of that. But this, in reverse, it is not very clear. The words aren't very clear. Things are muddied. Contracts are muddied. Relationships are muddied when it comes to marriages, contracts, that type of thing. It's muddying of the water. It's not clear cut and dry. There's loose ends, is what's coming to me. There's loose ends coming to this. But this is also because how many times have the Queen of Swords shown up when I've either used the Mystical Medley or I have used my Old Faithful. But especially in the Mystical Medley cartoon deck, the Queen of Swords with the baby being held. The surrogate. Death here. The ending of stress, the ending of worries, the ending of things. But that very complicated reading about Archie has pointed us back to this point over here. The first Archie was not viable. I'm not saying the first Archie, whatever, was dead or anything, but there was an end to it. Because look how it's sitting next to the contracts, the broken contracts card. Queen of Swords also broken contracts, sitting next to broken contracts. But then we've got the Ace of Wands here. And again, if we have a look here, my South African viewers, my Cape Town viewers, just Google what Cape Town can look like and what the waters can look like there in winter, and you'll understand. I'm going to get back to that Queen of that Knight of Wands. You guys will understand when I go back to it. Ace of Wands. It is out of those stormy waters, out of the storms and everything. Something was conjured up. It was conjured up by IVF. Look at the palace, the castles in the background. You can barely make them out. They're in the dark. They can't see. But this Ace of Wands telling me it was. Now, getting back to this Knight of Wands here, also links me to Cape Town again. So the cards are definitely listening about this whole African child. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but you guys can Google it. Google Wolraad Woltemade. I'll pop it on screen. But there is actually a medal of bravery in South Africa called the Wolraad Woltemade. It was a ship was going down in the storms off the Cape Coast. And with it going down, he went in on his horse and he swam with his horse over and over, backwards to shore and back, to go and rescue the passengers on that ship. And what I'm saying here is with this Knight of Wands, it is the rescue. It was there to rescue them out of troubled waters, to bring them closer to shore, to bring them to safety, to get them out of the trouble that they got themselves into. That is what that card means to me. I wanted to mention it earlier, but I first wanted to see what the rest of the cards are and how they actually tie in. But the light keeps shining on this thing. Eight of Swords. He let slip, and it was done on purpose. Underlying Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Pentacles. Now the money is coming out. Four of Swords. Ten of Swords. Look at all the swords on the table suddenly, guys. Six of Wands. Four of Pentacles. The Devil. I'm going to put one more card and I'm going to stop. I'll walk this back. Wow. Wow. Okay, guys, I'm walking this back. Let me go back through them. This Eight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. It is bearing new seeds, new opportunities, getting ready for the harvest. This one in reverse tell me there was not a successful harvest to start off with. But then, the Seven of Pentacles, they paid more money and they went to go and get the fruits of their labor. They were going to pick the fruits of their labor. And Cape Town also introduced olive trees and stuff, and that looks like an olive tree as well. And doesn't that look like a hermit? Doing it in the dark. Fruits of their labor. Then we've got the Four of Swords here. The rest bed. Hospital bed. The birthing bed. Ten of Swords. Upright. Look at all the swords going into the back there. And there's the ray of sun in the background. It almost looks like a Cape Town sunset. But here it's the releasing of. Oh my, do you guys see this? It looks like a human figure in there, in the cloud. Calling to action. Coming out of the dark, being a savior. It's almost like it's pulling out the swords. An upright, it looks like skulls, death. And here, it's like calling to action. Pull out the swords. Let go of those swords. Let go of those worries. 8 of swords. 9 of swords here. 9 of swords here. The worries, the stress, the pain, the ghosts of the past. 9 of swords in reverse. Letting go of all those swords, all the words that have spoken. 6 of wands upright, but it was in reverse. The victory, the victorious, look at people bowing down. Here there was no real victory in it. There was no real victory in it. They're hanging their heads in shame. 4 of Pentacles. Where's that card here? Look here. All the trolling. Look how these 2 images. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. They are holding on tight. And it was money. It was money. Where was I? The devil. 6 of wands, the devil. Look in this image here. What do you guys notice in this image? There's only a woman. There's no man. And it is breaking free from the lies and the deceptions of the Queen of Wands. Here's the Ace of Pentacles. New opportunities. Reaching out. It's almost, that hand almost tells me, like screaming for help. Putting up his hand. Putting up his hand and saying, please. And those also remind me of mountain ranges in and around the Cape. But he's locked out. He's behind that gate. It's keeping him locked in. And it is like, here, I'm offering you something. I can't remember if this was upright or reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. The young energy. The young energy. I can't remember if it was upright or reverse. I moved the cards around. But either way, it's the young energy. Coming out. Wow. Guys, I hope this has made sense. To recap, the cards have basically told us that there was a slip of tongue with that whole African child, Archie's African baby scenario. I am sure the surrogate was from South Africa. I'm sure the surrogate was from South Africa. And with the surrogate being from South Africa, she might have given birth in the UK. Or she might have given birth in South Africa. But whichever way, there is a link. There is definitely a link. He's not adopted from there, because my cards have told us before that it is Harry's DNA. Harry's DNA. And I'm going to ask one question here. Upright, yes. Reverse, no. Was the surrogate from South Africa? Knight of Pentacles. Guys saw. He saw. It confirmed it. And I'm not going to pull any more. That's all I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to know. But this card is calling me. 7 of Pentacles. Because there was a failure on the first crop. There was a failure on the first crop. Shall I? No, I'm not going to. The card said no. There you go, my friends. And it's a little bit of a longer one, but I needed to catch up with you. I missed you guys. Thank you. I'll speak to you soon with another reading. Bye.